Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome back to N24 Radio and TV. It is another Gam Show that comes your way every week with your host, most Mariam Sisa. And today, yes, I'm fond of bringing artists and people in the Gam showbiz, but we cannot go without money or investors that have to come and rescue us, because the Gam music industry is kind of crazy and we need people that will come over to rescue us. So before doing much of the talking, I will just introduce my guest. I know this time is going to be a different thing because artists, they'll come with their own style, but this time around, I don't know if investors can give a free start. Really, I just don't know. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mariam.
You're welcome. And then, can you just give us a brief introduction?
Yeah, thanks so very much. Thanks for having us here at N24. My name is Prince Kani. I'm the founder and CEO of Prince Empire Group Limited, born in Kafuta, raised there, attended my school here in the Gambia and then moved to Germany and now live in Germany in Dortmund.
Perfect. So can we have the guy with same style with me?
Yeah, thanks for having me as well. My name is Bakari Sedi, but most of my guys call me Bax. And I was born and raised in Kitty village, somewhere in the West Coast region. And yeah, now living in Germany for quite a while.
Nice. So, okay, before going deep into the conversation, can you just give us a brief background about the Prince Empire Group, like how it started, when it started, and why it started?
Yeah, thank you so very much for that wonderful question. Prince Empire Group Limited is obviously an investment company. Basically, I always say this comes from my childhood question when I was growing up, and I really wanted to find a question for money within the society that I live in, and I have this equation that was never answered for me. I was always asking what's the reason that other people are poor and others are rich. So the answers that I get from the society was not satisfied to me, or was not satisfactory, that it was the creation of God, that others are rich and others are poor. So that was not a satisfactory answer to me. So inside of that question, that led me to go to Europe, and when I came to Europe, the society that I live in, the people that I meet, it was a whole different equation. Then I came to learn a different thing that the society, my people, my parents did not taught me. So it was left to me to use my brain and what I'm going to think of. So I want to find this equation because I don't want to live in poverty, because I know what poverty can do to people's dream. So the influence that I get outside there, leads me to venture into a lot of things, delve into books, especially finance, because I try to specialize since I was young. I was more focused on to know what money means and what money can do in people's life, because within our society is a taboo to talk about money, because the way the society is designed for us, or the system is designed for us, they create something that everybody believes your kid has to go to school, go to university, graduate and have a job. For me, that was not the solution for the equation that I was looking for. For me, it was like, how can I be independent? Why should I work for other people? If other people were able to do something, why not the rest of the people? So this had gave me sleepless night for almost 9 years, trying to find that equation. So I came to learn from a lot of the mentors that I met along my way. Came to understand it was not what we think about money, but how we believe it. So that led to the foundation of Prince Empire Group Limited, in a form of we want to transform the belief and the mindset of the Gambian new generation when it comes to finance, how people can create money, how they can live happily, and how they can be independent.
Great. I'll come back to that. So, to your partner, how did you come in partnership with Prince Kani, and why? Because I don't know if someone come to me and say, okay, I want us to partner, or I go to someone and say, I want us to partner, there must be a reason why I want to partner with the person. So why? What led to the partnership?
Yeah, thanks for that question. Well, I met Prince a long time ago, and then since the first day, we met, we've both seen that, we have the same aim, and then we've seen the world in a different perspective. And the business idea, everything about Prince Empire came from Prince. And when he introduced this business project to me, I said, well, bro, if you're going to do it, then we're going to do it together. So from that very first day, he said, okay, I'm going to support you no matter what, and we're going to build this together. So, because I am not a financial student, I was a science student at a senior school. He did commerce, and which is, he had knowledge about this financial part. But since we joined hands together, I'm also able to learn more about finance and then commercial part of the business. And then we've also visited the same university in which we studied the same courses. And yeah, that's the whole idea, because the main idea about the business and the Prince Empire came from the Prince.
Perfect. Prince, back to what you were saying. You've said that you came to drove poverty away. That's a very hard thing to do in the Gambia, with our lifestyle and everything. But tell us how you started, because I know you have said the inspiration and everything, but how, when you say investment, it has to deal with money. How do you start it, like with, let's say, 5,000, 6,000? Gambians are eager to get somewhere, while we don't want to start. So tell us how you started.
Yeah, I will go back to my childhood story. I was really conscious about money when I was a kid. I don't actually do what the society people does, and this was really hard for my mom. I could recall when I was a child, there was a time when my mom bought me these Tobaski clothes, and I never wear it. She never knows the reason I don't wear it, because for me that was just a moment of capsule where people spend a lot of money, which has no value to me. When my mom put that on my bed, I went to take a shower, I came, I put on my old clothes. I went out, I came, kids with their mom. So my mom was like, you disappoint me, everybody wear a new clothes. For me, why do you have to buy that for me? When we have a little to survive. So since from childhood, my parents never understand my belief. They don't understand whatever I think of. When I have money, I always think, how can I multiply this money? That's always in my head. When kids are buying clothes, I always think of how can I multiply my money. So that led me to so many things. I sell oranges, I sell mangoes, I sell charcoal. But I see this cannot solve my problem. This will not drive me from the society that I'm living in. And I don't want to depend on people too. I try to take a responsibility at a very young age, which my father at some point did not understood. Because when I was going to senior school, I never asked my dad for anything. I paid my whole school fees. They never know how to pay my school fees. It was always a problem for them. I never took lunch from my dad. I always love to look into opportunities that is within the society, problems within the society, to solve them. So I could recall, I know, we have a lot of boys in our class. I know a lot of them like attire. So I made that as my source of income when I was in senior school. So I used to brew attire at home, I bring it to school and sell it. So people fall in love with it. This is how I used to make my living. But I also see this is not the solution I'm looking for, because it's not creating an income for me, that will change my life. But Gambia, the situation has never given me that answer. So when I went to Germany, at my 4 years living there, I tried to look as much as the kind of people I could meet, the kind of people I could learn from. And luckily, I would say thanks to God, I was able to meet the right people. So I came to know that, people, if you want to be rich or you want to be financially free, you don't have to work for money. You have to work for vision. So my whole question was, what kind of vision should I invent that would let money work for me? Because it's only 1% of the people in the whole world that understand how money works for people. Most of the people will only work for money. That's why people will go to work, earn salary, but for the rest of their life, they will never be financially free because you allow to work for the money. So it was not an easy journey, because if you want to do something like this, you don't have to think the way average people think. You don't have to think the way society thinks. You don't even have to think or worried about what people are going to think about you. So I was able to make that decision at a young age, which I think was a very good advantage for me. Because I never care what people think about me, regardless of what I wear, what I said, as long as I believe in what I'm doing is something good. So I came to realize to be financially free, you need to create passive income. But how? It's the biggest question. Not everybody knows how to create passive income. People believe in having things that people will feel untouched, because this is how people are going to value you. So that was not my thinking. My thinking was, what can I produce or what can I get what the other people are not getting. So this has given me more motivation, but also gave me a lot of sleepless nights. Sleepless nights in the sense, I think every day, 5 years from today, every day, I used to take 2 hours every day to think of my life, which most of the people don't do. I absolutely learned this from one Sierra Leonean, one Kenyan, who got the opportunity to travel to do his master's in Switzerland. For him, he came from a very poor family, but he wants to make a difference. And the difference was the time that he spent. Because the way the system is designed in a form where they don't want people to get rich. Because they set you to be in a place where you got to work for 8 hours, sleep for 8 hours, and the rest of the other time you are tired, so you cannot use your brain. Even if you have to use your brain, you got to use your brain for your employer. Because you have to think, tomorrow is work. When I go to work, I start this work, I don't finish, I have other tasks, I need to call this customer, I need to deal with these people. So the brain cannot function for yourself. So he told me, for you to be successful in life, every day you need 2 hours for yourself. And these 2 hours, you don't have to chat with anybody, you don't have to talk with anybody. You need a privacy where you have to think, what is the next 5 years going to look for me with the challenges of this economy? Which really helped me. I did that since from that day. Every day I took 2 hours to think what is going to be the fate of my future, the future of my kids, and the future of the new generation that will look up to me.
Good. It has to take us a lot to do that. To be honest, it needs a lot of training, and with Gambia you can be like, how you said, you need 2 hours for yourself, and someone will be like, I came to this particular person, but he or she's not even talking to me because he feels big or she feels big. That's the thing inside of what you're saying. So from there, I believe with all the struggles that you've been through, you could have just focused on yourself. Do that, build yourself, build your family members. But what made you come to the Gambia and want to help the Gambian people even though we don't help ourselves? What do you think, like, how can you change things?
Yeah, we know from the starting it's going to be difficult to change Gambian mindset, because in Gambia we have only one belief, we eat what we have. Financially we are ignorant. With money management there's nothing. So we've realized that, and then we know that, okay, Gambia is where we're from. No matter how long we stayed there in Germany or in Europe, Gambia still remains our country, and then still remains our #1 priority. So we have this project and said, okay, we can move into a different country and another country and then do our business there. But no, still, we remain Gambians. So before we go and feed other people in a different country, it's better we do it at our home ground. So that's why we came into Gambia. But we know that it's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult because the Gambian people, our mindset, it's like we don't want to understand. And it's not that, okay, we cannot understand. We are all capable of understanding. We are all capable of adapting to changes. Yeah, but like we also know Gambia is a growing. We have a very fast-growing economy. It's a very tiny country, which that our economy can grow with less than 2 million people. It's the government alone cannot do it alone. The government needs the private sectors and then private stakeholders to come in and then make sure that we develop our country. In this sense, we can also attract many people, tourists, to come in the Gambia and then help us develop as well. But at first, it has to start with the Gambians ourselves. We have to show the outside world that we want our country to develop, so that we can encourage the outside people also to come into the Gambia and then to help us develop. So that's the main reason why we said, okay, before we do our project outside of the Gambia, we are from the Gambia. Our brothers and sisters are living in the Gambia. Our fathers and mothers, uncles and aunties are all living in the Gambia. So why not we go and help our people first before helping other nationalities outside?
Good. Now, from the background, the mindset of changing things in the Gambia, let's talk about your coming into the Gambia. I learned, if I'm right, you start with the music sector, if I'm right. How is it?
Yeah, basically Prince Empire is more than what people know about us right now. I started the business with the cosmetic. The first year when I came in, I came with a style of giving wholesale to people who would resell. And about little did I know that it's not easy to trust Gambians. By the way, that time I don't even have a shop. When my consignments get to the country, we have a lot of people that took the consignment and took it to Guinea-Bissau to resell them. But whenever they come, they have a story to tell. Nobody pays the money back. And also, I talked with my brother to see what can we do, to change, because we are losing a whole lot. I used to read within the society to see the problems that we have and solve the problem. So when I was in Germany, like everybody outside would always love to do, you always want to send money to your parents, because most of us believe that's the reason we go to Europe. So I want to send money to my mom, and I could not find any Gambian who would send me that money. So a friend of mine took me to a Guinean to send the money. And when I get there, my first question was, why not Gambian? Why a Guinean doing the service for the Gambian people? So when I send the money, so I have a little bit interaction with him. I ask him how the business goes, what is the profitability, and as I pick up some things. So I went home, I said, I think I can solve this problem. So what I do, whenever I send products here, when my brothers sell them, because I know I need the money back in Germany. So when people want to send money, I ask them, I got money in Gambia, you give me money here, I give you money in Gambia. So that becomes something I used to do for people, and I always try to differentiate my service, in the sense that, because for me customer satisfaction is really important. I want to treat my customers at the best service they could ever have. So I see that you have to go to the Guinean to pay. If you want to send $100 here, you pay €8. You send $100, and it took you 1 day to get your money.
€100, you mean?
€100, yeah. €100, then you pay €8. I'm in Gambia. So.
Gambia, so she has to talk about that.
Yeah, so it took you a day to receive your money. I said, what best can I do to compete with him? Because he got more customers than me. So I put in the strategy. Whoever wants to send money, I said, sit at your home, send money, I'll walk to your place and collect the money. I give them the comfort because poor people want comfort. Yeah. So when I start doing that, so many people start to feel lazy to get into a train to go to the Guinean. So I become their main source of sending money. So I try to evaluate the situation to win more customers. So for the Guinean guy, you got to give him money for your people to receive money. So I know Gambians normally have problems. They always have problems. So I bring them this opportunity like, if you need money, I will give you money. If you have money, you pay me back. So I even have more customers. So every day people have problems because somebody will call you, my mother is sick, daughter is sick. So even though you were not having money at the time, because everybody knows we receive salary at the end of the month, or if you're living with social, you receive at the end of the month. So I make them this priority. I give you 2 weeks intervals to receive money. And I try to make my service even better. For the Guinean, you need 1 day. For me, you send, I make sure you receive. Within a second, I make sure you receive. And even Sundays, I make sure we operate. So the service of the Guinean reduces. So I make sure, because by then my brother was not married, I make sure he wakes up even 2 o'clock when people call him. Because if you comfort people, then they love and buy into your service. So the local money transfer becomes the source of Prince Empire, to generate money easily. So at some point I don't even have money, but I know what people call OPM, to use other people's money. So I'll sometimes use some strategies. I know my money is finished, but people really need money. So I'll contact some few people, give me money, I'll give you commission. But I still know I'm still going to have profit. So I make sure the service never stops. Giving them comfort, giving them all what they need. So that really helps us to grow the Prince Empire, because that becomes the source of the income. So basically we came in because I love mode. I love clothing. I wanted to introduce my clothing brand in the Gambia. So when we came here the last 2 years, that was 2022, I basically want to launch that clothing brand, because I already have a company that was supposed to produce the clothing brand for me. The samples were out, people fall in love with it. So when I came here, I met with an old friend. We went to the same school. We were very tight friends. So he told us his struggles. He's in the music for 10 years and nobody knows him because of financial struggles. He got that opportunity, he got the talent. So I spoke to Bax and said, why not we venture into music business, regardless of having no idea. And one thing I love about Bax, it was, he made decision making very easy for me because he believes in my concept. So he will sometimes even tell me, even if I don't understand what you are doing, just do it. So that even makes things much easier for me. Because you cannot do business alone. Somebody might create the idea, but you need a whole people to support the idea. So people might know my name, people might see my face, but I have a whole lot of team behind me who make Prince Empire to be possible. Without them, it cannot be possible. I could not do it because the patience they have, I don't even have that patience. I just bring the expertise. They bring the belief, the trust, the energy for Prince Empire to work. So that's why I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to the whole team that make this vision to come. So we start with this artist, but we see it should not be limited to one individual, because the Gambian music industry is growing. So I think when we start working with this artist, we don't even sign any contract. We were just paying studio bills for him and giving him money to support himself. So, because if you are doing good work, you meet a lot of people along the way. Even you're going to learn bad experience, which is really good, which I really believe in. Bad experience is really good, even not a lot of the people want to take it. And we met with a lot of people along the way, so every individual teaches us something that was really important for our career. So we decided to come to create a music label. So we dip into music business and read about things. We watch things that we think supposed to be done to be different, because I love to be different from whatever people are doing. If people are thinking of going to Jara, I think of going to Kiang, or I think of going to Badibu. But at the end, I want us to meet at Farafenye. That's the ending point. That's the development and the transformation. But we have to do it in a different way, because when we do it in a different way, then we learn from each other. So we signed 3 artists at the same spot. But little did we know that it was not easy to manage Gambian artists. It's really hard, but that would be for another story. So we said, even though we signed this artist, we should not limit our help to these artists. We cannot manage every artist, but let's launch something that every Gambian artist will benefit from. So we came to launch 5 million last year as loan or supporting finance for the Gambian artists, and this is how people came to know about Prince Empire. But we have been existing here for a time being. Yeah.
Coming back to that loan, Gambians with loan, yeah? Especially when you said you have launched $5 million for the Gambian music industry. Even I, that didn't start music, run to say I want to be an artist and I need money to do something. So what were the criteria that you're looking into before giving people your money?
It's because we come up with a good intention to help the Gambian music, and then the people in the Gambian music industry. But I think that was also our greatest mistake, because we with coming up with this good intention to help the people is different. Because in the Gambia, the funniest part of all is that when you provide support to people, they use that as an advantage to destroy you. So when we launched this 5 million project loan to artists, it's like I think within 24 hours we get hundreds of applications, because everybody wants to get something either directly or indirectly from this 5 million. So it's kind of funny, because it was like once it was announced, the next day every artist or every Gambian knows about Prince Empire and this 5 million. So they were not interested in what Prince Empire is doing, or what is the intention about behind this 5 million, but the name 5 million worth of Gambian dollars drove so many minds away from the reality. And then the loans were given out based on the standard Gambian law, because when we were giving out loans, we sit and then sign a contract with the people we're giving out loans to. I mean, in the Gambia is sometimes difficult to do business, but it all depends on determination and faith, and this is what we have. We believe that with all the struggles, with all the hiccups, we're definitely going to make it, and we are making it.
Good. So I know you must face challenges, hence you said within 24 hours, because you got like how many applications?
100 applications.
100 applications, yes. maybe I'm even part of those applicants. But anyways, nonetheless, what are some of the outstanding challenges that you face during that period? I mean, after investing that 5 million, or let's say giving loan to those Gambians, I know you must face so many challenges, but like you can just outline some of the outstanding challenges that you face.
Yeah, we face a whole lot of challenge. I think it came to a point where we were really discouraged. If this was not what we are meant to do, we would have not continued investing in the Gambia, because the first loan we gave out was not paid back. The second loan we gave out was not paid back. The third loan we gave out was not paid back. The fourth loan we gave out was not paid back. None of our loans is paid back still now. There's only one person who paid the loan out of all the people that we gave loan to. And this like millions of dollars here. Like I'm speaking to you right now, we lost like 2 million right now. And this is just a period of 9 months since we start handing over the loans. Gambia has a long way to go, because no country will grow without honesty, and that's the least people have here. It was really hard for us, because the belief we have, when we come and tell you, Mariama, we want to support you grow, so we can grow with you, you're going to take that wholeheartedly. But if you come to help Gambians, they say that you are stupid, you are a fool, you have money, you don't know how to use it, especially when you're in Europe. Look, God won't come from the heaven to make us grow. All these prayers we are doing here, let us pray. And pray and pray and pray. Nothing is going to change. Changes come from the people. And people can only change when they change their mindset. And the mindset will never be changed at school. Mindset will never be changed at university. Mindset will be changed when you face your reality. So this is what a lot of the people don't understand. And a lot of the people in this country won't grow, because when somebody gives you something to grow, when you misuse it, you don't only misuse it for yourself, but you misuse it for the generation that is coming, and that is a whole burden. The intention we have, if Gambian people welcome that, I think I could recall I have an interview. Immediately we pledged to launch 5 million. I have interview with I don't know what's the name of this radio station, Hilltop, and the presenter asked me, like, 5 million is too much, you want to put that into the Gambian music? But to me and Bax, 5 million was just a small money compared to the Gambian music industry. But we want to give this as a test to the Gambian people and see whether they're going to welcome our ideas. People might think we are rich because we launched 5 million. Sometimes you don't have to be rich to help other people succeed. We are students going to the university. When we tell people that, it's little people who believes that we're going to the university. But if God gave you the responsibility of your people, you have to take that responsibility. So we believe that being part of those young people who got the opportunity to see the other part of life and to see the other part of the world, we are giving a test of our people. We are not better than those people who God did not give them the opportunity to see the other part of life. But probably God believes when we got it, we can do it better. So when we take that responsibility and bring it back home, we were believing the people that we thought we were going to help really going to celebrate what we bring out. But Gambians will tell you, come, we help you to destroy you, not to help you. So like I'm talking to you right now, we have not recovered none of our loans. At first we make it so easy giving out loans. because we want people to have access to finance to grow their career. Because there is no investment bank in the Gambia where people can just go and knock and grow their talent or their passion or their vision. So seeing that opportunity within the economy, we feel like we can come into that space, and make it easier for people, so they can get to where they want to get to. But it's not an easy road. But it was a good experience. It's an experiment, that we have.
Yeah. Sometimes it is said that it's good to learn the hard way, so that you can know what your next step could be. So I'm talking about those people that you gave your loan to and never return it back. What are some of the steps that you're taking towards it?
We are professionals, we are a registered business, and we have a setup in the company. So we are going to the court. We know the system here is really frustrating, but that's the only way we can do, because we want to keep everything professional. But all those people that took our money, they're gonna pay back, because this money is for the generation, not for an individual person. So we took all our cases to court. We won right now 2 of our cases, which those individuals have to pay the money back. We know it's gonna take time. It's really frustrating, but that really encourages us to even do better in this country.
Perfect. Now we move to the third and final phase of the interview. That is, what is your plan for the Gambia? Hence, you are here and you still want to work despite the challenges that you have, despite disappointments. You still want to work with the Gambians. What is the new plan that you have?
We have a lot of plans on the way. We have a lot of projects on the way, because Prince Empire Limited Group is a whole of like a big pool where you have sub hubs, and then these hubs also have little projects under them. So right now the main 3 projects we will be working on is the Sovereign Music Fund, and then the second one is the My Growth Capital, and the third one is social housing, which we've introduced. So when we talk of Sovereign Music Fund, this is mainly for the Gambian artists and the people in the Gambian music industry. Because like Prince mentioned before, when we've started this music thing, when we've entered there, we have little or no idea about how music works. No idea. And still we are learning gradually to know how the Gambian music works. But singing is, we both cannot sing. But like music, we don't know music. When it comes to music business, we are experts in that. So that's why we said, okay, what can we do to support the Gambian arts and culture and Gambian music in general? So we bring in the Sovereign Music Fund, which focuses on mainly 3 areas. And one is the music business education to the artists. We're going to teach artists how music works. We're going to sensitize them, how music works, how to make money with music, how to make money even though the artist is not singing, how to make money even the artist retires, how to generate income from other projects what Prince Empire is working on. And the second point is to promote our culture. We're going to help the Gambian arts and culture to sell the Gambian music to the outside world, because we've connections all over. I believe the last festival, the last concert, the biggest concert in the Gambia, we brought the one of the best violinist lady from all the way from UK, and this lady has connections all over. So these are some of the steps that we're going to take to sell the Gambian music to outside world, to sell our culture. And then the third and the most important part is providing the financial education when it comes to music. Because when we dig gradually into the Gambian music, we then realize that the name of an artist and the standard or the bank statement doesn't match. I mean, most of them don't even have a bank statement. So we said, how comes, as a big artist or an artist with such a big name in the Gambia, we call, let's say, these guys are our legend, these guys are our everything, but still their account balance don't match with their name. So how can we best help them? So this is where comes the financial education part. We help artists how to reinvest their money into other projects, what Prince Empire is doing. Because like I mentioned before, we have different projects, and this Sovereign Music Fund is going to come in a way that we're going to organize a sort of a festival, and the income generated from this festival is the income, the 30% of this income is the one that is going to be reinvested for an artist. So we create a sort of a pool of capital for the artist union or the Gambian artists or the Gambian music community. So the artists will not have any issue when it comes to album launching, or when it comes to booking a show for Chiu City or booking a show at Manjai Park, or let's say even traveling abroad. So, and the artists will not have to sing for the rest of their life till eternity. Even the artist is retire, the money is still going to be invested. I mean, the artist is going to have a share in the Prince Empire Limited Group, the projects we are doing. And even the artist is not leaving, the kids, the offsprings that are coming will still have the share, because the artist has a share. It doesn't mean that when the artist is off, the share is off, the share is still going. This is how the best, the recommended top artists do in the diaspora, like the likes of Akon, 50 Cent, and Davidos or Rema, because they are not only singing to get money. They are singing and then getting the profit, reinvesting this profit into other businesses, and then buying shares from companies. So they will get this money even though they are no more singing. So this is the project, and then the whole concept, just to cut it short, what we want to introduce to the Gambia to help the Gambian arts. And then the other two, Prince will talk about that.
I think that's a welcoming news, or shall I say good news? Come, let me help you grow. Anyways, have you met other people involved, let's say the artists? And if you do, what is their reaction towards it?
Yeah, like you said, it's not an easy journey, but I love to do things that are hard. When people said this is simple, I build no interest there, and I always want to solve the hardest questions. Yeah, we met with a lot of artists, the people that we believe, at their position of making something out of their music. Some really welcome the idea. Some are open, because that's the Gambian mindset. I just want to land behind and see what's going to be the result. But it's all good, because poor people don't understand, in the sense that they cannot understand, but they don't want to understand because the brain is not functioning. So that's the case in the Gambia. But nonetheless, we just want 3-4 artists to believe in what we are doing. We don't need so much artists, because we need to start giving examples. because that's the nature of this country, and it will take us long to change that nature. But we have positive feedbacks from the artist, and even today we are meeting with a very top artist. We met with him, we discussed, he really appreciated the idea. He wants to sit with the management team and then get back to us to finalize everything. But our next responsibility is to teach people what they don't know and what they have to know. So because of that, we are introducing something called Prince Empire Financial Institute, where twice in a year I want to bring experts from Germany to come and meet with the young people, especially the entrepreneurs, to teach them about finance. We've been doing online seminars. I try to provide online seminars for Gambian people, to learn, some financial terminologies, so to learn some financial strategies, to make them grow. One thing that is missing, not only in the Gambia, but in the whole world, is the education system. When the rich people come together, they set a system where they want to control the minds of the people, the average people, and they can only do that through building schools. Who designed school? Who said you have to go from grade 1 to grade 6 for you to be qualified to go to grade 7? If you go to grade 7, then you have to go to grade 9 for you to be qualified to go to senior school, and you have to go up to grade 12 for you to be qualified to go to university. Who designs that system? We asking that question. Why do they design it? Because they look at the average of the people. You go to school at 7 years, this is what we all agree. Abnormals happen. You go to school less than 7 years when you are big enough, like Mariana. But normally we go to school at 7. So they know absolutely when you go to school 7, you're going to graduate at 18, 19 years old, depending on your date of birth. So they know you need another 3 years to finish university. If you want to go to masters, you need 5 years. So they know the average people wants to get married at 25 years old. So they designed a system for you to go to school, believe in going to university, because the society will then feel proud of you. Your mother is going to feel proud. Your father is going to feel proud. My son has completed university. But little did you know that you are starting building family. When you start building family, then you have double responsibility. Then you don't focus on thinking about yourself. Then your kids, your wife, becomes your responsibility. Then the circle continues. That's why in the Gambia here, you will have parents say, if I'm not able to get this, I'll have kids to get that. But remember, your mother also said the same thing. You said the same thing. Your kid is going to say the same thing. This circle is going to continue. But nobody is asking that question. Why do they design for me to go to university for 3 years? Why do they design that I have to go to senior school for 3 years? Why do they design that you have to learn these subjects? Why are they not teaching you money at the university? Believing when you close from the university or when you graduate from the university, you have to go and work to receive money. Why are they not teaching you money? This is a question that everybody needs to ask yourself. Why would you go and graduate from university believing that you have a knowledge? You still go and work for somebody to pay you salary. What is the capital cost of the money that you spend to complete your schooling? The energy that you spend to go to university, the sleepless night, if somebody is now paying for your service. You are creating income and wealth for that person. Probably that person does not even go to university. As long as we did not, trace to the roots of how money should be discussed within the society is still going to remain the same, because there is a perception and a belief in the society that kids don't have to talk about money. Kids have to concentrate on their books, read so hard, study so hard, so that you can go to university. So when I realized this, I went to university for one reason. I could recall it was really a funny discussion at the university when we had a presentation. I stood in front of my classmates. I said, I came to university, but I don't want to work. But my lecturer understands what I mean. But my classmates does not understand what I mean. I don't go to university to have a degree. I went to university to have the understanding of what I'm doing. So I don't attend every lecture at the university. Like law, I don't attend law because I know I have an expert who knows law more than me. So why should I waste my time learning law when I want to be a finance guy? Why? Why should I waste my time? Why should I waste my time learning English when my secretary is better writing in English? Why do we have artificial intelligence that can do everything for me, that can write everything for me? Why should I waste my time? Why should I waste my time learning history when we have historians in the Gambia who cannot build houses for themselves? So I focus on only financial mathematics. If you see me going to university happy, dressed nice, financial mathematics. Because I want to understand the concept of money that I'm trying to build. But these days, people want to go to university to say, I have masters in history, I have masters in geography, I have masters in whatever. But you cannot create a value for your education. You create value for other people. That's the difference. And people don't even know the reason they are going to the university, because why would you graduate as an accountant, you work as a cleaner? Because the economy does not allow you.
Yeah.
Why would you waste 3 years at the university when you know the opportunity I got in this field is too little, the competition is high? Why can't you take that money and do investment? And one thing people don't understand, they think like to start business you need money. You don't need money to start business. You need money to grow. For business, you need a concept that people will put money into. I started Prince Empire with $10,000. I could still recall that was 150 euros. When I was going to school, they used to give you this small money because I don't used to buy clothes, I don't buy shoes, and I don't give people money. That's my difference, By then I only used to send 25 euros to my mom, and only my mom, because I know I cannot solve their problems. Even if I'm selling the whole money from Europe, I will not solve their problems, because they have a problem that even God can solve. That's Gambia. So I try to put this money aside for myself. So when I get 150 euro, I ask my brother, I wanted to start something. This is how Prince Empire comes about. So when I designed the concept of the Prince Empire, I went to present it to somebody because I've been selling this concept to the Gambians for like 5 years. Apart from Bucks, no Gambian ever believes in my concept. He's the first Gambian who believes in my concept. though we are far from each other, you know, I have Gambian people that I sit with, the people, you know, that I do everything with, we call us brothers. And we discuss everything together. So I start selling this concept to them. I start, nobody listens to me. You know, I got the opportunity to be at one conference called African Diaspora Conference, and we talk about Africa, diaspora and Africa. So I have a whole different view what people were saying. You know, so many people believe, you know, we have to get technology transfer, you know, sending money to our people. So for me, that was not the solution for diaspora to take part in Africa. My solution is, what you get here, you go to your people, you tell them this is what I learned and I want you people to learn that. Then you are doing a transformation, because I don't believe in development. Development cannot take place if people does not transform. So when I held that idea from the conference, somebody walks up to me and told me, you know, your views interest me. And this person is a politician. So he invited me to his office. You know, we have a discussion and I tell him all my plans. You know, he asked me to come the other week. He's the first person who ever comes, you know, a whole lot of money and give it to me without knowing me. The guy is from Cameroon. You know, that's why wherever platform I sit, I always want to take the opportunity to thank him. You know, by the name Amel Njai. And he's the first black representative in the parliament of the city that I live in. Because he sees something in me and he believes it. Even we are not from the same country, the same tradition, the same religion. But he believes in the concept, not in me. He believes in the concept. So he supported. And since from that day, he has always been supporting me. So that was a big lesson to me. If somebody who does not even knows me to entrust me because I have a vision to build and trust me with his money, what do I have for the generation that will that will look up to me? So that's the main idea of Prince Empire. That's why no matter how hard it is going to be in the Gambia, we have the responsibility, you know, to teach the kids what the society don't teach them, what the schools don't teach them. You know, at some point, I think we want to build a school where it's only going to be teaching about money. No other subject. It's going to be money.
Everybody will come and join.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really interesting, and good luck on your new adventure. And also welcome to the Gambia. So again, that brings us to the end of this episode. But before taking a leave of you, I will allow each and every one of you to give a final message for today. Because when I say your final message, they think final message. I mean for today and for the show.
Well, yeah. I will thank you once again for having us here. It's a pleasure, and I will thank my wife, my family, my mom and dad, and the whole Prince Empire team, and to everyone who believes in Prince Empire, our concept and what we are doing, and to every other entrepreneurs or investors trying to help to develop the Gambia, our modern nation. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mariam. The only problem you have, you are from Jara. That's the only problem you have. Yeah, but thanks. It's a pleasure being with you here, and we really appreciate this opportunity to share, you know, the little experience we have from outside Gambia, you know, to sit here and share that opportunity with the younger generation. My main focus is on the people that are growing up. You know, we want to build a whole ecosystem for those people, you know. And thanks so very much to my family, my wife, my kids, my mom. You know, I think my mom is one of my best friends who believes in what I do, because whenever I explain to her, she understands what I mean.
Even if she don't understand, she will be a fan. That's mother's love.
Yeah, that's mother's love, I believe in. You know, for me, if my mother understands, then everybody understands. You know, because that's the responsibility that I have on my head, apart from my wife and my kids. So, if the society does not understand, that makes me happy, because I don't even want them to understand. So it's really a great opportunity for us to be here to share our little knowledge, and we are looking forward to partnership. Like we said, Prince Empire is not here for competition. We're here for collaboration, because we know, we can't do it alone. We can make the Gambian economy grow alone. We have to come with the people. Our doors are open for everyone. Whoever is interested working with us. And we launch a new business called My Growth Capital. We don't have time to elaborate on that, but we'll be doing other interviews where we will also talk about that. It's a venture capital business, for the first time introducing a system of that in the Gambia, where we're gonna give a connection to the entrepreneurs and the investors to come together, and use the best, make the best use of their money. So we want to tell Gambian people thank Gambian people for giving us this opportunity and believing in us to bring the little expertise that we have, the little experience that we have from the outside world to share with them. We are looking forward to shaping a way for the young kids that are yet to be born, who should not go to bed, believing that when I wake up tomorrow, I have to struggle to have a breakfast. We want to build an ecosystem for this country where, even if we are in our graves, the kids will smile, and that will make me go to heaven. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I'm coming to take a loan here. Guys, I'm going to take a loan from Prince Empire, but I have no money to pay. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. It is the Gam Show show that comes your way every week with your host, Famous Mariam Sister. And thank you, Diana. Today, Diana is the one behind the camera. We call it Women Empowerment. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and don't forget to come and invest and take a loan from. Take a loan.
Yeah, they can take a loan.
On a more serious note, don't forget to come and join the Prince Empire wall, because I believe it's going to be a great wall. So thank you.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.